Hi, I'm Jan Statman. Welcome to Scene. I'm so glad you could join us. When you have a chance, say something nice to Anita and Max, who are volunteering to make Scene possible, and to Dale with Longview and Kilgore Cable TV, who work so hard to make us look good. Now, while you're out and about, downtown, be sure to go by Shannon's Beading Basket at 100 West Tyler Street, where they can accessorize everything. In this summer season of beautiful clothes, you want to have some beautiful jewels to go with your beautiful clothes, and they don't have to cost a fortune, and they can be fun, and you can even make them yourself. So go by Shannon's Beading Basket and see what's new and exciting. And while you're in that building, speaking of new and exciting, Art Gallery 100, same building, 100 West Tyler Street, where you can find one-of-a-kind original art for your very own one-of-a-kind original home. Now, while you're out, drive on out Judson Road to Emerald Gardens, where Bonnie and her folks can fix your garden up so that the outside of your home is every bit as spectacular as the inside. Go tell Bonnie that Jan sent you. Now, you know that when we're here on Scene, we always have the most exciting, interesting, fascinating people in East Texas to come right into your home and visit with you. And today we have a lovely lady who has grown up here in Longview, has been away and come back. Please welcome Danielle Hurd. Danielle, thank you for being here.
Hi, Jan. Thank you so very much for inviting me to be on your show. It's an honor to be here to talk with you today about my holistic nutrition services as well as my business, Artemis, in the city.
Well, you've been away.
Mm-hmm.
I know you grew up here and went to Kilgore. No, you went to Pine Tree.
I did, and I also went to Kilgore College.
You did go to Kilgore College.
I'm a graduate of Pine Tree High School. I graduated in 1986, and I did attend Kilgore College for a couple of years. I left the area in 1989, and I lived in Arlington, Texas for about 10 years. And then later I moved to Manhattan and lived in New York City for 10 years.
Don't you just love my hometown?
Yes, I love New York City. Absolutely.
And you went to school while you were there?
I did. I went to college and received my undergraduate degree at the University of Texas at Arlington. And then during the 10 years that I was in New York City, I actually obtained my master's degree at Columbia University. And I also went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition.
Institute for Integrative Nutrition. Boy, that sounds impressive.
Yes. I graduated with a certification as a holistic health counselor from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and Teachers College, Columbia University. And while there, I had the amazing opportunity to learn directly from leaders in the field of alternative health and nutrition, such as Dr. Andrew Weil, Dr. Deepak Chopra, Dr. John Diard, Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Anne Marie Colbin, Paul Pitchford, Joshua Rosenthal, David Wolf, Dr. Walter Willett of Harvard University, and many, many others. And then after attending the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, I went on to culinary school at the Natural Gourmet Institute for Health and Culinary Arts. The Natural Gourmet Institute is one of the leading natural cooking schools in the nation. Was founded in the 1970s by Dr. Anne Marie Colbin, who is an authority on food and healing. And there I gained specialized training in health supportive meal planning and cooking, and I also furthered my education and training in healing with foods.
Wow. What a tremendous background. Mm-hmm. And you did all that in New York, and then you came home to see if you could help the folks right here in Longview, Texas.
Yes, and it's been exciting to come back, and I am developing my business here in this area. I've actually been met with some overwhelming response from the community and interest, and so it's exciting.
Well, people want to know, what exactly do you do?
Well, I provide holistic health and nutrition counseling support services. Nationally, I provide services both in office as well as on the telephone. I can even support and provide counseling people who are overseas using internet technology such as Skype. But essentially, when I'm working with someone with my holistic nutrition counseling, the main focus is helping them make positive lifestyle changes to improve their health, to make them feel better, help them lose weight, to help them make better food choices, as well as to create a balanced life filled with good health, happiness, and love.
That sounds like a very ambitious program. How did you get involved in this? What made you interested in this kind of health? You've had all sorts of interesting things to do, but what made you interested in health through healing through food?
Well, I'm actually very passionate about it because it is very personal to me. I actually reached a personal health crisis in 1996 when I was just 28 years old. I was chronically ill. I suffered from migraine headaches every day. I had irritable bowel syndrome. I had severe chronic fatigue, muscle and joint pain, arthritic symptoms. I also had brain fog, as well as sinus infections and allergies. I also had cold hands and feet. I had chemical sensitivity, light sensitivity, as well as nosebleeds and, irregular periods. I was very, very sick, and I had been sick on and off over the years, but that year I really decided that I was tired of feeling bad all of the time and I wanted to get some help. And at that point I sought the help of many different doctors. Between 1996 and 2007, I saw about 20 different doctors. I was given lots of medications. I took pain medications, anti-inflammatories, as well as antidepressants, because I actually had one doctor tell me that I had genetic depression and that we just hadn't found the right medicine for me yet. But
if you're that sick, you're going to be depressed.
Well, absolutely, and that's what my response was, is that if you were felt as bad as I do every single day, you would be very depressed. And
if you weren't depressed, you'd have been stupid.
Yeah, I was very, very depressed, and I actually, it was so bad that I really did not want to live anymore. And so at that point, through seeing these many different doctors, I was diagnosed with connective tissue disease and fibromyalgia.
Fibromyalgia seems like a big garbage pail that they throw all these things into, and nobody knows how to clean out the garbage.
I know, it's very complicated, and actually because now I was actually able to heal myself, I know a lot about fibromyalgia. It can be many, many different things. But I think what is really important, back to what I was telling you about myself, is that I chose to take control of my own health. I did not want to live the rest of my life with something that people and the medical community did not really even know if it was an actual illness or a disease. And so I started seeking out alternative health and doing my own research. And within 2 months of changing my own diet, all of my severe arthritic symptoms were gone. And within 2 years, I was well. And at that point, I was 30 years old, and I actually received an amazing job opportunity in New York City, and that's what led me to working and spending the next decade in New York. But back to what you were pointing out about fibromyalgia, is it is sad that it has become sort of a wastebasket for people who have a lot of unexplained body pain. Often their test results do show negative, and so
there's hypochondria.
Yes, absolutely. And I went through all of that myself until finally someone saw an elevation of anti-nuclear antibodies, and then of course I was later tested for candida and had high elevations of yeast in my body. But for people with fibromyalgia, it can be food allergies, it can be candida, you can have hypoglycemia, as well as thyroid issues, and so many other different things, and still be diagnosed as having fibromyalgia.
Which is kind of a catch-all for everything. Well, what kind of food changes did you make?
I made very drastic food changes. And addressed a lot of issues surrounding food allergies. But each person is individual, and so that's what it is that I do when I'm working with someone. I actually, every wellness program that I do with someone is completely personalized based on their own unique bio-individuality.
It's not one size fits all.
No, it isn't, and I do a very complete, thorough health history with someone. Spend a lot of time analyzing their life and their eating behaviors. We do a lot of food diaries together so that I can help them see and make the connection between their food and how they feel, and then, of course, their health. And so essentially what it is that I'm able to do because of my background, I'm able to combine a lot of Eastern and Western dietary theories that enables me to do this, such as the 5 phases of food, expansive and contractive, and acid and alkaline, and even some blood typing. But I integrate it all together to then develop unique plans for my clients, and so that they can address various health issues such as candida and hypoglycemia, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, acne, constipation, cyclic vomiting syndrome, muscular sclerosis, as well as cancer and heart disease, obesity, many different health symptoms. I work with clients.
If a university-trained physician perhaps didn't have time to find out as much about nutrition, would you be willing to work with them?
Oh, absolutely. And I do. My clients have their own doctors, and so I work and support them with their program, with their doctor. But my job is to help them utilize foods for healing and teach them how to have a healthier lifestyle. A big part of my program has nothing to do with counting calories or weight loss, but it's all about helping my client provide their body with the best nutrients and care that they can possibly receive.
That is not to say that weight loss doesn't happen. Like, you're what, a size 2? And
well, not quite.
I understand when you were that ill, you were much larger.
Oh, yes.
So it just, when you eat in a healthy diet, your body responds in that way. Is that
the weight loss is a benefit? I think one of the important things to note here is that we all have a unique genetic makeup, and our DNA actually was programmed to understand different types of foods. And so when we eat foods, it actually speaks to our genes. And that is actually what has the ability to turn various illnesses on and off. And so when I am working with a client, the type of diet that I help them learn is more of a whole foods traditional diet. So it's very focused on foods that help raise their metabolism instead of putting their body into survival mode, which when the body is working in survival mode, automatically then begins to lower metabolism, which causes weight gain. So that is a benefit, increasing the metabolism, and also giving the body foods that it understands and knows how to utilize.
Because if you don't, it says famine, famine. Store the fact. Famine's coming.
It does. And I mean, it really is. It's a very serious situation that we have. A lot of people do not realize that food is a leading cause of illness and disease. In fact,
bad food, poor food.
Yes.
A poor diet.
Yes, absolutely. Essentially, many of the illnesses, such as cancer and heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and of course obesity, are all related to lifestyle and food choices. And I mean, food is necessary to live, and unfortunately a lot of the food that people are choosing to eat today is not real food. And that is something that I stress and work with my clients to help.
Not real food. What do you mean? Are we eating plastic fruit? I mean,
well, absolutely. No. A a lot of the food is highly processed, so it contains lots of chemicals and preservatives in it. It has had the nutrients completely stripped. It's been high heated, which also kills the nutrients. And then, of course, a lot of the animal products have hormones in it and antibiotics. So when you're eating a lot of foods that are highly processed and contain chemicals, your body doesn't know how to process it, and it causes toxicity in the body, which leads to inflammation and disease.
Well, how do you avoid those things? If you're going to the grocery store and you want to get some, banana helper or something, how do you know what to pick and what not to pick at your local grocery store?
Well, I actually
or who you work with?
I actually take my clients grocery shopping. I teach them how to read labels. I teach them how to find foods that have life-giving energy, so that they can have energy, because the food that we eat provides the energy for all of the cells in our body. And it is true, the saying that we've heard, all of us, ever since that we were young children, you are what you eat. It's absolutely true.
So if you eat a lot of preservatives, you're going to stay young and beautiful forever?
Actually, no, that leads to cellular death. But if you're eating a lot of whole foods, grains, beans, vibrant vegetables. They have a lot of nutrients in them that help prevent aging.
Whole foods. Well, there's a supermarket by that name. You're not not promoting it, but what is a whole food as opposed to what is not a whole food?
Well, a whole food is a food that essentially is eaten as nature intended. So, and especially when you're looking to buy whole foods, for example, even carrots, the recommendation would be to buy the entire whole carrot, including the carrot tops. That would be buying and eating a whole food product. Nowadays, we look for so many simple ways to cut corners that we actually buy carrots that are even processed into many little rounds. Not to say that those aren't a healthy option, it's just that the better choice is to buy it in the whole form.
Okay, and if somebody wanted to learn more about what you have to say and what you do, I love the name Artemis in the city. Tell us, and of course the city now is Longview. Tell me who is Artemis? That's not your name.
Well, I relate very much to Artemis, and so the name of my company and my logo is in some ways very personal, but it's also very symbolic. Artemis is a Greek goddess. She is the goddess of the hunt, but she's also the goddess of nature and animals, and she would be the goddess of the environment. And so that's one of the reasons why I chose her as my icon for my company. In addition, she's also known as the goddess of the moon and is known as the protector of women and children and the underdog. So I feel that for what it is that I'm doing, I'm very much supportive of trying to help people overcome illness and using natural resources, and that's why I chose her. Now, my icon is Artemis against the city, and that is symbolic of trying to be healthy in a toxic urban world.
Well, Artemis certainly would be the appropriate. I've always liked Athena myself, but that's another story altogether. Of course, she has owls. But what would a person do to try to, just one basic thing to try to improve health? Just one basic thing. If you could
drink lots of water. There are actually research out there that shows that often many people are just dehydrated and they are trying to give themselves medications when really they need water. And so drinking lots of water to help flush toxins from the body and keep the body hydrated is extremely important. Some of the things that I'm doing with my company that I offer people to try and help them live energized, passionate, and healthy lives is I also have a health blog, and I offer healthy recipes, and in the area I'm also doing various different health events that people can come to. and they can visit my website to find out more information. That's www.artemisinthecity.com. Artemis, the Greek goddess, ARTEMISINTHECITY.com.
One word?
Yes.
One word? Okay.
Yes, the website, www.artemisinthecity.com. And for those that don't have the internet, because actually in this area, as I'm meeting people and are doing a lot of events, I'm discovering that there are a number of people that do not have the internet. They can call me. I work nationally. I still have my business telephone number. That is a New York number. It's 212-535-3160.
Well, they can call you or go by one of you. Are you planning an event anytime soon?
I am. My next event will be June 23rd, and I will be doing a movie, documentary film showing on aspartame. It's called Sweet Misery. I noticed that there seemed to be a need to show that film in this area simply because there are a lot of people that are still using products. There are over 6,000 products in the grocery store that contain aspartame.
Things you don't even expect.
Right, exactly.
Oh, aspartame or corn syrup.
Well, right.
Everything has corn
syrup. Two
syrup.
are completely different. Corn syrup is a highly refined form of corn. And aspartame actually is a chemical drug. It was actually founded by G.D. Searle, a pharmaceutical company who was working on the development of an anti-ulcer drug, and it was discovered. And it is an excitotoxin that essentially works like formaldehyde in the body, and it causes a lot of toxicity. And so I hope that people will come and learn more about it. Some of my past events have been Take Control of Your Health with Whole Foods, as well as Lose Weight Without Diets That Don't Work. In July, I'll be doing Lose Weight Without Diets That Don't Work at Curves in Longview. And then later in the month of July, I will be showing another film called Eating.
You're going to get everybody eating well.
I hope so. That is my goal. My mission of my company is to educate and empower people to take control of their own health and well-being.
It seems to me that I see a whole lot more obese children than I saw even when my children, even when you were growing up, even when my children were growing up. You didn't see little boys who waddled. You didn't see little girls who wore the stylish stout dresses and just kind of waddled around. You just didn't see that. Have you any idea what's causing little children to be so sloppy fat? Not just chubby little darling cheeks, but sloppy fat.
Well, and it has enormous impact on their health because obesity actually increases the rates of heart disease and cancer as well as type 2 diabetes, and we are actually seeing young children who are showing signs and being diagnosed early with
adult onset diabetes.
Yes, absolutely. But back to what your question that you were asking me, we are a society that is, it takes two people to working to make a living, and so there is a lot of reliance on fast food instead of eating traditional foods that were home cooked and prepared. And then also too, our culture has become very sedentary. We're extremely involved with television and computers and things like that instead of getting out and exercising. And unfortunately, the children have really gone in that direction.
Well, how about grown-ups? What are they doing that's getting so big?
They're doing the same.
Oh, okay. And they're doing it, so their kids are doing it.
Absolutely.
Was there something we haven't talked about that you'd really, really like to tell everybody just now? Is there anything we haven't covered about Artemis in the City or Danielle heard in Longview that would be important for people to know? That there is help available, perhaps?
Well, what I would like for people to have as an understanding is that I am very passionate about natural health. I believe that the body has the ability to heal itself if given the chance. And I also believe that our best medicine is food. This concept is the foundation of my company.
And it's not a new concept.
No, it is not. It is best supported by the father of medicine, Hippocrates, who said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And I really want people to understand that food is a leading cause of illness and disease, and that it is their lifestyle and food choices that directly affect their body, and that they have the ability to make amazing choices that can change their life. And just because you may have been diagnosed with an illness, it's very possible that your body can heal itself and recover if you help it.
Well, even if you're seeing a doctor and the doctor is helping you, you can help yourself too.
Absolutely.
You can make things go faster, make things go better.
I have clients that come to me because they are seeing their doctor, maybe high blood pressure concerns, maybe they aren't able to completely regulate their high blood pressure, and ultimately I work with them and dietarily, and then we make some changes to help bring their blood pressure back into stabilization. And really, it's amazing what the impact of food can have for people. I think what is most rewarding for me is that I have clients that when they first come to me, it's really for them, they just want to lose weight, but then they learn the new concept about giving their body nutrients and being healthy, and that becomes the primary focus. And it changes their life, it changes their thinking, and then they are losing weight, but without even trying, and they are thrilled and fantastic, and are thrilled and excited. And it's fantastic to see, and often many of my clients lose up to about 15 pounds in a month without trying to diet.
Without losing energy.
Yes, they gain energy.
Because so often...
They're eating lots of healthy foods.
So often, crash diets will work, but people will lose lots of energy and they'll gain the weight right back.
Well, and I actually help and help people understand myths about dieting, and that's actually what I talk about in my weight loss lecture, Lose Weight Without Diets That Don't Work. There are a lot of myths out there, especially about calorie restriction, that actually leads to more weight gain. It causes your body to go into survival mode. It causes your body to lower metabolism, and of course these are all the things that we don't want in order to maintain natural weight and good health.
Well, and I hope that I want to be sure that you tell people that you're not a strict vegetarian, you're not anti eating normal food or normal way
Actually, there is a lot of people seem to think that I am promoting vegetarianism or even veganism. I'm highly supportive of all of those. However, I am focused on traditional eating, and I help my clients do whatever it is that is best for them. And each individual person has their own needs for their body, and I help support them in whatever way that is best for them. If someone needs support and they choose to be vegetarian, then I support them and I help them find delicious, healthy foods, and I help them maintain good nutrition. Because being a vegetarian, then you're lacking important nutrients such as B12. That's important to get in your diet.
Well, thank you. That's been very informative. We've been visiting with Danielle Hurd. You want to tell us your title again?
I am a certified holistic health counselor and also a certified natural whole food chef.
Wow. Thank you for being here, Danielle. I'm Jan Statman. This is Seen. Bye now.